What up, guys? It's your boy Vico's here. Today video we're going to talk about the appointment setter frame. As you probably can see, this is a training that we did with one of our most recent appointment setter. We're going to be training her on how to book appointments from really cold lead and on what sort of frame we're going to be taking to make sure that the prospects engaging with us and actually willing to move forward by investing their time and potentially their money as well into the future conversation. We're going to be setting up a few hook and a few like what we call tripwire or trap to make sure that they are understanding and also not like in a way that it's deceiving, but also in a frame that makes sure that they are respectful and trusting us in the process. Okay, so if you guys haven't known me yet, it's Vico Kang. I run a six-figure digital marketing agency based in Australia, helping real estate agents around Australia and New Zealand get more listing, right? And we actually work really well with GoHighlevel. That's why the whole channel is rolling around that. If you have appointment setter right now, you can actually forward this video to your appointment setter, and it's gonna be like really gonna make a huge difference to like your whole appointment booking process. So make sure you stay tuned and watch it till the end. Hey guys, if you're new to this channel and you don't know who I am yet, my name is Vico Kang, your GoHilevel Ninja. I run a multiple six-figure real estate marketing agency that help real estate agents in New Zealand and Australia get more listing. We ourselves also a GoHilevel partner. We have on board over 200 plus agency owner onto the software and continues to be counting that. And I personally have coached the agency one-on-one, some of them one-on-one, to make sure that they launch and excel in their agency journey. So if you like content like this, such as agency GoHilevel tips and tricks when it comes to prospecting, appointments, and sales, make sure that you consider subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, and also share the channel. Thank you. To want to rewatch it because I think it's very important. It's just gonna help you a lot. So I want you to, number one, take some note on your own from your end.
Yep.
And number two, I want you to ask me questions. Just engage. I want you to engage with me, because that's the best way of learning, right? So I'm going to show you what's the difference between outbound and inbound, because I want you to start doing all. To be honest, I think since you start your experience have been always outbound, even though you have a little bit of inbound experience, but this is where the money at. You know why? Do you want to have a guess of where the money is at inbound? Do you want to have a guess?
Well, I guess we were able to touch base with them the first time, so they might feel curious or interested about what we've just talked about the first time. So
yeah,
it's about catching their attention, making them interested, curious.
So inbound is just warmer. So the inbound people is the people on the CRM, and they pretty much outbound people who like, when you said like, let's say yesterday 6 appointment, maybe I speak to 3 of them and 3 of them is no show or they not interested right now, right?
Okay.
So those 3 that I speak to is separate, but the 3 that I didn't speak to, they become like the inbound lead. They become just sitting there in the CRM. It's just easier to convert them because now they know you. It's not cold calling, right? But the psychology, then the fundamental I want to teach you is, if you understand this, forget about appointment setting, right? This will influence people, if you understand it, to take action in any direction that you want. If you understand these 2 things, you can persuade them to take action. It's sort of like a meter that you measure. If it's not long enough, it will get them to do delay. Oh no, I'll think about it. No, I'll just send me an email and I'll get back to you. Okay? You send me an email and we'll get back to you. And it causes them to delay, right? And this is work for inbound and outbound. And I seen you doing that in your call. Like you seeing, we just work with the biggest hardcore, 140K worth of revenue, and I saw that you're doing that call. You really focus on that thing, the desire. But I explain how it means. So for someone to do something, to take action, to come to the job, to do something in particular, anything in any given time, they have to have enough pain and desire to go through that action. And the action threshold has to be lower than the pain and the desire, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you want to give me? You want me to give you a better example? Let's say, I'll give you an example to understand. Let's say you have a lump in your arm. It's like, this is your arm, and you have a lump in your arm, and it doesn't cause you any pain. It's just there. It doesn't cause you any pain, right? So there's no pain, and the act of going to the hospital and check it out, and you say you live 20 kilometers from the hospital, Now that is a very high action threshold because you have to do a lot of work to get to the hospital because you live 20K away from you, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for you, you're going to sit here. You're going to leave it.
Mm.
Not going to be a big deal. Fast forward 6 months time, it's going to grow to something like huge, like the size of like a coconut, right? Now, I don't care if the hospital is fucking 50 meter or 100 meter. I'm going to go to the hospital because the pain is there and the risk is so high.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
Yes.
if you want to persuade someone to this end, you either increase the pain or lower the action threshold. I'll give you another example where we lower the action threshold. Let's say you have the same lump, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the hospital is literally downstairs and it costs you no money because you live in a country that the health benefit is taken care of by the government. Like Europe, like United States and Australia, we got the medical bill taken care of from the government. So there's no money and the hospital just literally downstairs. You just walk downstairs. Now it's even though the pain is not there, but the action threshold is very low. Now you maybe get them to the action stage.
Yeah.
So to summary, if you want someone to do something, increase the action and the desire, so the pain and the desire, and then lower the action threshold. But if the pain is so high, it doesn't matter if that is, you don't quite need to lower that. If you're very good at upper this. But a lot of people are good, what people are good at doing is lower this one. People are very, very not as skillful as upper that one. Because that is hard, right?
Yeah.
So you want me to give you an example for the desire?
Okay, sure.
So the desire is like a job opportunity. Like, come and do this job, we give you this salary, right? It's got no pain, but it's kind of a high bonus. Then if your job is really good, like you're paying very, very good salary, you can get people to do a lot of action. You can put them to trial, you can put them to fill in a long ass application, and it's a lot of action that you have to take to get to that opportunity. And you've experienced that firsthand, right?
Yes.
So this is, if you understand this, we can move people to the action stage. And action stage is commitment. Commit to their time, their energy, their resource, their money to get them to do anything. How do we put that to practical use on everyday appointment setting? Give me an idea on how we can upper the pain, on how we can upper the desire, and how we can lower the action threshold in terms of appointment setting. I want to hear your thought. Because I give you the example, if you really understand the fundamental, you can put it to everyday use. I want to hear it from you.
Okay, so
Let's start off with the pain. How can you increase the pain?
how can I increase the pain?
There's no right and wrong answer. I just want to know what your thought process is.
You've probably mentioned that for...
Do you want to start with the easy one? That one will be the easier one. How can you lower the action threshold? Let's start from the easy one.
Okay,
how can
so
you lower that?
you have mentioned that up to this day, real estate agents are still knocking on doors to, I don't know, gather listings. I don't know, is that the way it works there? Like, literally knocking? You did mention that they were still knocking for possible listings. So when you want to like lower the action threshold, it's kind of like what we're offering them, right? To offer to help them generate these listings, these appraisals, so that they would not have to come looking for them elsewhere.
Yeah, that's like the big picture. But if you narrow it down to like a smaller version, smaller version, your action is to get them to book an appointment with me. So you're asking for a commitment of their time. Right? So some people, that's a very big commitment because I don't know you. I don't know what benefit you're going to give me, what value you're going to have. I'm just going to say, no, I'm not comfortable with booking an appointment right now. Just send me an email. I will talk to my wife. I will talk to my assistant and I will get back to you. Because when they say that, they're coming to this side because they don't see the value that you bring on the table. They don't know you yet. So how can you lower the action threshold?
So we send them the email, the information they need?
Sure. So one of the way that you want to lower the action threshold is you actually look at their concern, because their concern is a time commitment. They're afraid of wasting 15 minutes or 20 minutes with someone on the phone, right? So, okay, John, how about we just schedule, first of all, you want to make an assumption close. Like, let's do a 3 p.m. on Tuesday, right? No. Well, look, what we do is that we're just going to lock it in anyway, but if you change your mind, you just we're gonna give you a reminder text, but if you change your mind, you just reply back, you want to reschedule. Does that sound fair? So now we lower that to something that can be rescheduled if they want.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you take a note on that?
Yeah. Taking note of that right now.
And then after that, they said, no. Look, it's just gonna be a 10-15 minute phone call, right? On the phone. Like, you don't have to go into a Zoom or anything. It's just a 10-15 minute phone call. That's like the lowest of the lowest commitment. Any person can donate 10-15 minutes because that's the amount of time they spend to go to the toilet. Like, it's like you go to the toilet for that amount of time. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if someone can't really commit 10 or 15 minutes, that's mean that's pretty much the thing that you can do for appointment setting. Just give them the ability to say, look, just give me a text that say you want to reschedule, or just tell them a 10-15 minute phone call over the phone. So the action right now is so low. If they still don't want to do it, we have to up this one. There's only so much you can do with action. If you have a alarm, the only thing I can do is that the hospital is free and the hospital is downstairs. But some people still don't want to go to the hospital because it's insignificant to them. You know what I mean? The alarm on their hand is insignificant, right? What you can do now, that's your best thing. But obviously, it's kind of about recording. That's what I know. But obviously, there's going to be more stuff in the future, right? Because we continue to learn. But now that you do everything here, now you want to do is get up the pain and the desire. Give me an example on the pain. Give me an example on the desire. How can you up that?
Okay. Well, for desire, what I do is, you might have heard the videos, and I try to give them an example about hardcore.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Like how they earned.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing. I saw you done
that's
that.
what I did.
Yeah, I saw you do that on your call recording, and I was like, man, she already know about this.
And they usually answer with, "What agent doesn't want that? What agent doesn't use that?" So they get interested when I give them an example of when I, watched that video about hardcore.
Yeah, so you pretty much nailing the desire correct, like 100%. That's why I saw the call recording and was like, this girl is amazing. Now you want to try the pain. You want to switch through with the pain.
They don't have to go through the classic listing hunting.
Yeah, I mean,
because we're generating leads for them, right? So they don't have to go through the traditional way of having to knock and hunt for the leads, the listings that they need.
Yeah. So if you say, well, let's book an appointment Tuesday 2 p.m. No. Well, then obviously you want to do this too first that I mentioned. Then they say no. Well, are you okay with door knocking? You okay with door knocking and cold calling stuff?
Yeah.
But I will one of the other pain that we mentioned here is FOMO. Do you know what that is?
No, honestly.
Fear of missing out.
Okay.
You never heard of FOMO before?
First time.
That's fine. Look, I'm gonna go through a slide. I will explain to you. This is the concept. This is like the fundamental, Ruby. This is the concept and this is the fundamental. But I will explain to you in depth on what that means. So for outbound, we got voice and non-voice, right? The flow we want to use is the same flow for voice and non-voice. So it's not that much different. The flow you go in, like, can you take on more work? Do you want to take on more work? And is this the right person to speak to? You need to know the 3 qualification questions. Like, when you pass them on to me, they need to say yes to all the 3 questions before I even speak to them. So that's very important because I'm going to be quizzing you. You have to know this 3 questions off by heart. Right? You don't need to ask them how you currently getting your appraisal. That's my line. Don't copy my line. Just all I need is that.
Okay.
And the frame that we go is always like, we're looking for a partner. We're currently looking for someone right now, right? Can you help? We're not like, oh, do you need this service? Because most appointment setter training that I hear is like, they start off like, do you need this service? Do you need that service? If we do you need the service? It's backing. We're asking something from them. We're not asking anything from them. We're looking for a partner. Always remember that, okay?
Okay.
Are you taking note or?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Looking down. For outbounds, we have Skype and Google Message. You probably know what Skype is. You've been using it.
Yes.
But I need to show you the Google Message. That's going to help you with your texting game because you need to be good with texting, and that's going to help you with the outbound non-voice, right? So the non-voice is Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and email. Anything that go out there and it through text. I'm going to show you how to do Google Message and you can use it and I'll show you the economy behind it. So I want you to go into this. I need you to copy and paste the barcode into Slack so I can give you access to that, because it's just a scan thing, and I can just scan and I'll copy and paste it for you. Can you do that? What are you seeing right now? You want to
I'm seeing the code.
Yeah, copy
It
and
says text on your device by pairing your phone.
yeah. So
Copy the image.
Yeah, crop the code and put it into the messenger.
Okay, copied image and
Yeah, put it into Slack. I'm gonna wait for my phone to start. I can't believe that phone is out of battery again. Right, let's put it on Slack. And then what I do is I'm giving you access remotely from here.
that's the one, right?
Oh, okay. You can just copy the whole page. Actually copy the code. I got 1% battery. Let me see how long we got.
I actually sent you a message on Messenger a while ago because around 6:30 in the morning, we actually had power outage. So after 15 minutes, I'm gonna have to tell Vico that we're like experiencing power outage. Then after I sent the message, the power came back on.
Oh my god. I need oh, the phone is shutting down. God damn. I need a full image. I can't have it cut like this. Just
A full image? Oh, the whole screen,
yeah,
you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like just half the screen. Because if you're missing like one bit, it's not scanning well. The phone is off right now, but I don't wanna, because this is recording, I can't have it over an hour. Let's just move on. So basically, Google Message is like, it's a web message like this, and you can, let's say, start and you can put their number in. Just copy and paste the number just like in Skype, and then you can text them. Let's say you copy like 04, like all that stuff, and then like, let's say this one, and then you just message them, hi, like that, okay? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Oh man, this is like a very bad message for example. It's just a web app that allow you to message. Does that make sense?
Hold on.
The Google Message is just a web app that allow you. So you want you to bookmark that.
Oh, so it's a web app?
It's a web app that allow you to
Something-
message people. Cool.
Okay. And it requires that QR code you just sent?
I will give you access to my phone because it's using my phone. So that means you can text people in Australia from an Australian number.
Okay.
Have you used it before?
No.
Right. We'll set this up at the end of the call. So you need to know this. That's why we have clarity exercise. It's just very simple. If I was to give you a 2-minute summary, you go friend people on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and email. On a Facebook group, you just befriend them and then send them a message, which we have script for.
Okay, so these friends and these groups have to be Australian groups, right? And real estate agents?
Yes.
And are you going to give me suggestions about these groups? Which ones I should be
There's so many
joining?
out there.
So it doesn't matter as long as it's something relevant.
The thing here about Facebook and Instagram, when you join one group, they're gonna recommend similar group to you. So it's not just group, it's page as well. You can go page.
Pages.
You go to the page and like the page and then message them on the page.
Yeah. Okay.
Terrence
So these
can do
have
5
to be
appointments a day.
individuals, right?
Sorry?
This could be individuals that we should be DMing, right?
Yep, you can
Like,
do page. You can do page, you can do groups, you can do people, you can do a lot of things.
And they respond easily, like during the same day?
I don't know.
How is it?
That's depend on the people.
Yeah, if you're gonna get like 5 minimum appointments a day, so if you're able to send out messages to a whole bunch, then possible to get 5 appointments by just reaching out to them within the day.
You wouldn't get it today. If you send today, you will get it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
So it's always the work that you put in today, the result will get tomorrow or by the end of today. Yeah.
And how many DMs are we talking about, at least, that we are sending out?
You will figure that out. They don't have any number of that. For as many as Facebook allow you to.
As you can.
Before they ban you. You need to fix your profile first. Like that's all in the training.
I've seen as far as that. I was actually on the 3rd video when you were like teaching, what's his name? Terrence?
Yeah.
Was it Terrence?
We're
teaching Terrence about...
Let me just tell you, when he first came, I start him off with cold call and stuff, just like you.
Oh.
And then when he know about this stuff, he able to get like 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 without picking up the phone. And then he just get comfortable. He don't want to be picking up the phone anymore. So
Well, that's a lot easier, really.
That's what I mean. You need to know this, Ruby.
Yeah.
The path that I want to guide you and not letting you fall into the same pattern as him is like you gotta be doing this, and then you gotta pick up the phone time to time to come because with this you get a lot of people ignoring you. Like they don't respond to you. There's nothing you can do. Pick up the phone and call them, and it's not cold call anymore. It's warm call, which I've been sending you a lot of recording. I've been calling them as cold call, but I anchored to your colleague referred me, or I meet you on Facebook, I meet you on Instagram. So you anchored off that event. Now it's like, oh, you that guy. So it's not cold call anymore, you know?
Yeah, I get the point.
And you saw it, right? This is the flow. I'm going to give you access to the slide, so you have access to it. Phone call, rapport, permission to talk, one helpliner. We basically help agents, all that stuff, yada yada. One helpliner, which is in your clarity exercise. The one thing I can say to you is that you're not doing looping enough in your call. You need to loop more. Do you know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what looping
I
is?
just kind of get stuck when they ask for the price, and I even had someone ask me, do you know how it is? Do you know how it goes? Do you know how it works?
I hear that in the call recording. That means you're not doing enough looping. So do you know what looping is or what it means?
It's like giving them, well, to loop is to give the same answer, right? Or to go through the same thing.
Looping is just dodging the question. You're not dodging the question enough. So Ruby, how does it work? Well, okay, that's a good question, John. What I'm gonna do is I'm just here to make the phone call. I'm just here to I'm just an assistant, or I'm just a partner. This is not my field. Whatever you want to say it. This is not my field right now. This is not my subject right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set you an appointment with my partner Vico, or my boss Vico, at 2 p.m. Thursday, and we're going to talk to you in detail on how that works. How's that sound? Loop to appointment. Well, what's the cost? What's the email? What's the blah, blah, blah? Who are you? What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. Where are you based? Blah, blah, blah. That's a good question, John. What I'm going to do is, at the end of this phone call, I'm going to be sending you some email or some case study or some of our client result that we work with, so you know exactly who you're talking to. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be sending you a 10-15 minute phone call with my partner Vico, so he can answer some more questions for you. How's that sound? You always loop it back to this appointment and this email thing, so there's no really any answer that you need to know. Because the more you know, the more you get confused. Because if you know how it works, you're going to be answering that to them. I don't want you to be answering that to them. If they know how it works, they wouldn't be on the call. They wouldn't be showing up to the call. Okay? And then you ask more. You only have one question by now, is are you the right person to talk to about this? You commission only. I'm not talking to anyone on salary.
Okay.
And then cool, call to action. Tuesday 2 p.m. Let's lock that in. Sounds good? Would there be any reason that you wouldn't be there? That's literally the flow. Cool?
Okay.
Question?
Not so far. Well, I've asked it the first time about, you did say it, dodging the calls, dodging the questions.
You need to be better at dodging the call. But so far, your tonality is perfect. Your voice is perfect. Your desire thing was very good. But it's just dodging the call. Dodging the question on the call.
Question, yeah.
How do you find the training so far?
Well, I got back in the game after 3-4 years, but with the training, I think I'm coping. It's a bit overwhelming at first, but when I get with the flow, try to understand the videos, I'm doing well. I'm okay. Aside from some questions or some technical stuff.
Right. For inbound, there's non-voice and voice, right? We're going to go through how that works. For voice, there's an auto dial that you can use in the CRM.
Yeah.
I think I can show you in a separate video. So you just press a button and it calls one person, beep, 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 and then if they don't pick up, you click no answer, and then it continues to call other person. There's no need for you to do Skype. But the problem with that is it cost me some money to do that. So, and Skype is literally, you can call unlimited. But obviously there's a lot of manual work and it's slowing you down. But we'll talk about auto dials once you show me a recording that you're actually like really, really good at on the phone, But that's probably a separate training before this get longer. But for inbounds, the frame is FOMO and result, right? FOMO is fear of missing out. Fear of missing out, right? So that's the frame. So the flow here is, right, let me just go through the logistics first. For voice, you use Skype or auto dial, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you know what auto dial is, right?
Mm-hmm.
For non-voice, you're using Google Text or the CRM or the CRM text. You're texting from the CRM.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show you how that works. But the inbound flow is like call, rapport, permission to talk. There's probably no need for one helpliner. You can do one helpliner, but you want to loop it back to result. So you really want to focus on, or one of the partner that we currently working with Hardcode have like 140,000 worth of thing that you mentioned. You want to do that. Focus on the result, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they said, no. Well, you go formal. Are you sure you can't take on any more work? Are you sure you don't want $124,000 just like Harcourt did? Are you sure you don't want that? Right? If they say no, if they keep saying no, it's not much else you can say, right?
Yeah.
Well, there is, right? That's why I have this one. Permission to challenge. Do you know what that is? So like if they keep saying no and you can't loop them, you want to go to challenge, permission to challenge them. And people like people who can challenge them.
Okay.
Right? Have you been challenged before? If you believe in something, someone challenge you a different way of thinking. Have you been to that spot?
Yes. Most of the time.
Yeah, I'm challenging you right. I'm challenging you right now that a way to set a good appointment has got nothing to do with scripts. It have everything to do with frame and flow. So the traditional way of setting appointment is just script. You follow the script, dial as many people as you can, and then the number will work itself. This one, if you know it, you only dial a few people, but the quality of your call is increased. Then you don't have to dial that many people. You don't want the result like hardcore? Cool. Are you sure? Like $124,000 in 7 days. Make sure you exaggerate it. Saturate your tone. You sure? No. Well, this one is really thing that you use silent and pause. Well, John, can I ask you a question before I let you go? Just stay silent and say, yeah, go on. Well, what makes you decide to start the conversation with us in the first place, right? Because they already booked an appointment with one of us, with Taryn or with you before. Like, what made you start? If they said, oh, sorry, I'm not interested, that means you don't have enough rapport. They're not willing to be open about it. You don't have permission to dig deeper. So it's all in the first one. You have to have rapport with them. So if they still giving you bullshit answer, there's not much you can do, right? So if you're can I ask you a question? What made you decide to start the conversation in the first place? Well, I thought you guys was a referral company, or you just want more lead on that stuff. Well, we can give you more work. Have that change. Do you still want more work? And then they said blah blah blah. You said how so? And just challenge them. Just playing with this, and just silent. Just use a lot of silence. After they giving you all the answer, you wait for 3 seconds. Just stay silent. Has that changed? I want to hear that in your call recording. And you were asking me yesterday about if you still have to record your call. I'm still recording my call. I've been doing it for years.
Okay. So Vico, we are a lead generation company, are we?
I don't want to say that because it's bring a bad stigma to it. We are a company that help real estate agents get more listings.
Yeah, because I had probably 2 people ask me that question. So it's not really.
Sometimes you don't even have to answer them. So you say, are you a lead generation company? Just stay silent. I need to hear more silence from you. Just stay silent, stay on the phone. Well, we are a company that help real estate agents get more listings. You can call it whatever, but that's what we do. And then just loop it back. So Jenny, bottom line is we want to talk with someone who, number 1, can take on more work, and number 2, actually want to take on more work in order to grow and scale. Does that sound like you? Cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you some email with some of the results with our partner. And with the email thing, don't worry. It's all automated. You just set the appointment and the system will send it to them. Just make sure you have the right email. It's not like office or admin. I talked to you about this. It shouldn't be like the real email. It shouldn't be have office or admin or info or contact. It should be like jenny@website.com. And the email, you have to trust that the system will send them the email. It will send them the email. So just put that. Right.
Yeah. Well, just to let you know, I was able to speak with Lucia. I had to call her back because I had to get her mobile number. So the only email that she was able to give me was something with admin, but she's the one who actually read it first.
That's fine, but as long
Okay.
as they say it in there. But if you can get to challenge people, that's a very, very that's the next level of appointment setting.
Okay.